Well, ladies and gents, welcome to another video. So this is high blood sugar, how to solve quickly and effectively. So how to resolve. So based on past variables, so for example exercise still on board and food, insulin still sort of working in the system, or food, is it likely that our blood sugar is going even higher, staying steady though at a high level than it should be, or going lower? These are the kind of things that we need to be thinking about. And if our blood sugar is going high, or going higher, then we can take insulin if we're someone who takes insulin. If we haven't already and the last dose is worn off. Obviously we can take more, but we've got to be aware if we've got insulin still working in the system. We can inject it into a muscle if you want to drop our blood sugar even more rapidly, and we can massage it in for even more rapid absorption as well. If we're someone who doesn't take insulin, then the next two options are kind of all that's available for us, which are to drink water, because this helps to dilute the sugar, and also go for a walk or something of a similar intensity. The reason I put not intense exercise is because intense exercise tends to raise blood sugar initially, so if we're at a high blood sugar already, then we don't want to kind of push it even higher. I've personally found that anything around a walking level lowers blood sugar really effectively, but anything even like a moderate jog will push my blood sugars up for the first 15 minutes to half an hour. And going for a walk sort of post meal, even just a 15-minute walk, really does help with that sort of insulin sensitivity and get that sort of blood sugar spike down after a meal, as well as it makes you less tired after a meal. Sometimes I used to kind of crash out after eating. It's quite easy when you have large meals. In terms of insulin quantity for those that are on insulin, it depends on the insulin type, obviously, the weight or size of a person, and the person's insulin sensitivity. So they're the main variables that are going to affect the amount of insulin we're going to require. Each unit of insulin lowers most people's blood sugar by between roughly 1 to 5 millimoles or 18 to 90 milligrams. But some people's blood sugar are lowered even outside that range, depending on how insensitive or sensitive to insulin we are. Let's presume that we need 1 unit per 2 millimole or 36 milligrams, and this is something that we can work out what we need sort of through trial and error over time. If our blood sugar is high and likely staying steady at, for example, 8 millimole or 144 milligrams, then we need roughly 1.5 units to take us down to 5 millimoles or 90 milligrams. If it's 10 millimole, then we need 2.5 units to take us down to 5 millimole or 90 milligrams. And if it's 20 millimole or 360 milligrams, then we need roughly 7.5 units to take us down to 5 millimole or 90 milligrams. If it's going even higher, then we'll need a bit more to compensate for or to counteract the fact that it's still rising, depending on how much higher that we think it's going. And if it's already going low already, then we'll need less insulin, depending on how much we think it's going low. And a quick note at the bottom there, because variables change throughout the day, including our insulin sensitivity, the amount of insulin that lowers our blood sugar will vary. And this is one of the things that makes it a bit more of a pain in the backside to have diabetes, because it's not just one set value that lowers blood sugar by a set amount. It can change throughout the day. For example, we could be more insulin insensitive or resistant towards the start of the day in the morning compared to the end of the day, and this is going to depend on lots of things like weight, exercise and stuff like that. But yeah, this is pretty much it. So hopefully you found that useful. Please do pop any comments or questions or queries in the comment section below, and I hope to see you in the next video. Cheers.